Going to start my experiment today, testing out whether or not suppressors affect accuracy out of your 22 long rifle or not. So far, it kind of seems like it has out of my CZ 457. I'm not real happy with the groups I'm getting out of it anymore since I have the barrel threaded. But I decided today I was going to use this one here. This is a Ruger Charger. It's what I got my kid started on, and it's just a little squirrel popper is all it really is. It's nothing real fancy, just small, compact, lightweight, tons of fun. Got my target set up down there at 100 yards again. Just got some dots to aim at. Not really going to be looking for too precise groups today. Just kind of playing around more than anything else. This scope is a Weaver 1-3. It's got Japanese glass. They don't make these anymore. I love these scopes. I got one on my muzzleloader also. Just a 1-3 power. That's all it is. At 3x, it's hard to see the dots I got down there. They're roughly an inch big, maybe even less. They're not big at all. Like I said, I can just barely see them with the scope. But we're gonna try this today. We're gonna go no suppressor, and then I'll put on my Diligent Defense Road Hunter, my Resilient Jessie's girl, and then I'll put on my AB Little Bird and see which one gets the best groups with it. Don't know if I'll even be able to tell the difference, to be honest with you. I went ahead and adjusted the scope, got roughly sighted in at 100 yards, roughly. I like to keep this thing sighted at 25 yards because I don't really shoot it at 100 yards, you know, just kind of messing around. But I've killed bobcats with this thing. It's killed squirrels, snakes. It's just a really good little backpack gun, really. Like I said, I got my kids started on this. I started out on a Ruger 1022. That wasn't anywhere near as fancy as this one. I know a lot of people, they say you get your kids started, you need to get them a little single shot or bolt action cricket or something like that, and let them use just open sights, get them to learn how to shoot open sights. Which, if that's what you want to do, that's fine and dandy. I kind of disagree with it though. I think, you know, get them a decent scope, make it easy for them to shoot, you know, let them be able to get in behind the gun and be able to pull the trigger when they're on target and not have to worry about loading it and unloading it. I mean, even if they want to shoot real fast, real quick, because they're just excited, as long as they're doing it in a safe manner and they're having fun, let the kids have fun. When as they get older and they grow, if they're still into shooting, then they can start challenging themselves more by learning how to shoot open sights and such forth. That's what I did. I didn't shoot open sights until, I don't know, I was probably 10, 11 years old, somewhere around in there. And I can still shoot open sights very well, but I do prefer to have an optic whenever I'm trying to teach kids, just because it's so much easier. But anyways, let me get this suppressor off here, and then we'll shoot our first groups. I'm going to do 3 5-shot groups each, if I can keep count of bullets. I have a hard time keeping track sometimes. Most times I just get behind the gun and just start pulling the trigger. But anyways, we'll pull this off and get started. First 3 groups will be unsuppressed. All right, right there's the first group. Go down the dot, try again. That should have been 10 rounds. Load up 5 more, go for our last group unsuppressed. As you can see, I'm not really letting this barrel cool or anything. I can't tell any heat's built up in this barrel at all. It still feels the exact same as every other part of the gun. It's pretty well cold. It ain't even warm. But let's go down there and check out that group, or those three groups. You just see what they look like, and then we'll try again suppressed. It's hard to believe that all three of these groups came from the same gun, same ammo, at the same time. Right, here's my first group. I mean, this little small dot. It's definitely under an inch. It's smaller than my thumb is. I mean, it looks like we got about a 4-inch group right here. And look at the sucker right down here. I mean, I was holding the exact same as I was on this dot. Got 5 rounds all right there, just barely over the size of my thumb. If that's not a testament to how good a little Ruger Charger can be, I don't know what is. I mean, this is a legit 100-yard range. Then you go down here and shrunk up quite a bit. That's probably a 2.5-inch group. I mean, I say shrunk up. It shrunk up compared to the first group up here. But compared to that second group, that opened up quite a bit. I'm really eager to get the suppressors put on and see how they do. But man, if I could just do that every time, I'd be so happy. I mean, that's better than about anything I did last time out here with that CZ 457. Well, let's get that suppressors on and give them a shot. I'm gonna go a little bit out of order here. I'm gonna start off with the AB Little Bird for the first suppressor. Give y'all a little update on it. Also, whenever I got this suppressor back after my last trip out, the CZ 457, checked the baffles to see if they were walking out, and they definitely were not walking around because they were in there tight. There was probably close to 500 rounds through this can whenever I took it apart. And they were locked in pretty good at 500 rounds. But one thing I did notice is that whenever I pulled the front cap off, I noticed that there was a bunch of gunk around the cones. Like, I could visibly see the gunk falling over the holes. And I wonder if as a bullet goes through there, it's hitting that gunk that built up. No clue, never had a baffle strike or anything. But I can see how that could affect accuracy. So we'll try this, and then I'll grab one of my other cans, probably the Jessie's Girl, but we're gonna give this one a shot first and see how it does since I took it apart and confirmed everything was where it was supposed to be. Should be 10. Load up 5 more and go for the last group. There's no way that I can be near as precise with this gun as I can that CZ 457. This gun's just so lightweight, a little pistol brace on it. It's just not set up to be a bench rest gun like that CZ is. And with this scope, there's no need for me to even try to really go slow, because I'm never going to have the same point of aim as I would with my CZ. That CZ have like I think it's a 26 power or 25 power optic on it. Shooting at this distance, I think I had it cranked up to around 18 power or so. And this year, I'm not going to be able to do anything near close to that. Last group. All right, let's go take a look at that one. Okay, my next group with the suppressor on there with the AB Little Bird, it kind of started eating into my first group here. I don't know what order these shots were in, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This alt right here goes to that group there. Coming down the next one, group tightened up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're a little over a 2-inch group right here. We're right at 2-inch group. Not too awful bad. That's pretty consistent for CCI Standard Velocity. Then come over here, things started looking a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I had one drop way low, which this is CCI Standard Velocity, so no great big surprise there. We got 2 more columns left, so let's go with the let's do the Jessie's Girl this time, see how it does. All right, next we got the Resilient Suppressors Jessie's Girl on here. This suppressor is very dirty right now, like very, very dirty. It's probably got close to 1,000 rounds on it at this point without cleaning. This suppressor is very dirty. It's probably got close to 1,000 rounds on it now without cleaning. This suppressor gets used by far more than any other can that I have. I love it to death, and truth be told, I don't know if I even want to take it apart. I might just get some solvent. That I know they say that there's a solvent you're able to soak some suppressors in, and it'll eat away all the lead and everything else and the carbon deposits. And I might just do that with this can, but as long as the accuracy isn't affected by it and the can doesn't get too heavy and it still stays as quiet as it is, I'm not going to worry about it too awful much. But let's see what happens with it here though. All right, go to the second group. Without even looking, I'm going to guarantee that one of those rounds went low because there was a big sound difference in it, and I need to break it to another box. Yeah, one of those rounds sounded very weak. I can't see my impacts with this scope at this distance, but I'm going to bet that there's one of them that's lower than the rest in that middle group. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll get up there and see though. Last group of the Jessie's Girl. All right, let's go see what that looks like. Okay, with the first group out of the Jessie's Girl, you can see I got 4 impacts right here. I'm not seeing my 5th impact. It didn't come over into this group, and it didn't come down into here, so I'm going to assume that it landed right up in here somewhere. Don't really know for sure. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to be that one right there, because that looks like it was a low velocity round that punched through there, but hard to tell. Anyways, first group's probably close to a little over 2 inches, about 2 1/4 or so. Second group looks a little bit more consistent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you can kind of tell where it is. It's about 2 inches. Then my third group, it kind of opened up a little bit more. It's about a 3-inch group from top to bottom. Overall, yeah, it's definitely not great. I really wish I could just do this again right here. What's it? Right here it is. Real good group right there. That one right there wasn't too bad, but right here was real good. All right, we're gonna go to the last column, and we're gonna do the Diligent Defense Road Hunter. And just so y'all know, that Diligent Defense Road Hunter is my cleanest rimfire can, because it doesn't even have probably maybe 50 rounds to it. It's been kind of neglected since I got it. Last up, we got the Diligent Defense Road Hunter. Like I said, this is my cleanest 22 can. It's the one I've got the least amount of time with. Last groups here, let's give it a shot, see how good we can do. If any of these groups are better with the Road Hunter, I'm completely gonna thank it to the wind dying down. It just went dead silent out here. Might help if I load up 5 more. Yeah, all at once the wind just went to next to nothing, maybe the tiniest bit of breeze. The wind hasn't been horrible, but it's been noticeable. The last group. All right, let's go take a look. All right, here's the first group of the Road Hunter. Had one kind of kick out here, but these 4 here ain't too awful bad. Second group, got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm pretty sure this is my 5th one. Can't guarantee it. Either this one or this one is the 5th one, but I'm pretty sure that's this one. And then with the last group, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could have been this one, but I'm pretty sure that this one belongs to this group here. Fairly certain. Overall, if you look at it, I know it's kind of a jumbled mess right here, but these groups are very comparable to what I was putting down with that 457 the other day. And that's really pretty sad when you consider that CZ had every advantage possible over this little Ruger Charger. For one thing, we shot CCI Standard Velocity out of it also, but it had a lot of match ammunition through it also. The gun probably weighs 3 or 4 times as much as what this Charger does. Way better stock, match grade barrel, chamber, way better optic on it. I mean, the trigger on it is a fraction of what my Charger is. My Charger's probably got close to, I don't know, 7-8 pound trigger in it. My CZ is under 2 pounds, and as crisp as could be. My Ruger's got a lot of creep to it. Doesn't break real clean. Just a factory trigger. But whenever you actually break these groups down and compare them to that 457, I mean, it held its own with them with Standard Velocity. Is this enough to say, so this group here is probably one of the biggest groups, and it was unsuppressed. But then again, this was my smallest group, and it was also unsuppressed. Just looking across the board though, right now I can't say for sure whether or not suppressors affecting the accuracy on these. You never can tell. I might get a wild hair, and I might put my great big scope on that Charger off of my CZ. That's an AccuFire optic is what that is on my CZ. But I might get bored one day and just do that out of curiosity, see what it can do with a real optic on it. But Now I'm going to get this thing sighted back in at 25 yards again. That way, next time a little varmint pops up that needs taken care of, I'll be ready to do the job, because right here's where I was aiming getting this thing sighted in for 100 or close enough to where we'd be on paper, and it hit about 10 inches low, which that's to be expected. But I don't know, I'll record and let y'all see me sighting it back in at 25 yards again. Okay, so I'm at 30 yards, and you see there's 2 gopher mounds there. On the right hand side, there's 3 shotgun wads sticking up, and on the left side, I've got 3 little bits of clay pigeon. That's what I'm gonna be shooting at. 30 yards, get this thing sighted in. I say she's good. I'm gonna reshoot that one because this wasn't focused very well. So I'm gonna set this up a little bit higher, shoot some shotgun shells this time. Hopefully this works. There really isn't anything more fun than just plinking with a 22.